things understood, make it understood again. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it understood again. How is this shit working? Is it clear? Is it clear on my end? Or is it foggy? I don't know. My camera look weird. My camera look weird, dog. But maybe it's just like that on my end. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to tap in and fool with y'all because I'm cool with y'all. Trying to see if I know what to do with y'all. Know what I'm talking about? Should play a partner. Hezeleo in the building. Checking out my people. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Like what I'm seeing with my camera. Let's see what that's gonna do. So, oh yeah, I think that did a little. So okay, that's a little better. Okay, no, that ain't better. That ain't better at all. I don't know. How is it looking on your end, people? How is it looking on your end? Do you see a glare? Do you see a major glare, or is it just me? You look good with the beard. Is you a motherfucking man or a woman? You know. Is you a man or a woman talking about I'm looking good with a beard? That's what I need to know first of all. You dig? But you ain't just taking compliments like that. There's a lot of shit going on in the world. But yeah, let's let some people get off in here. Something going on with my camera. It ain't it ain't showing as good as I like it to. This dog look like somebody done kicked his ass. Get your big dumb ass on. See, you ain't no street dog. You a house dog. And you want to act like you want to run the streets. Somebody done got out there and kicked your ass trying to run them streets, motherfucker. But yeah, man, let some people get off in here, then we gonna have this motherfucking conversation. But something happening with my uh camera. There's a huge glare on my situation. Oh, I see somebody done kick your ass all throughout the hood. Now you wanna come back looking like the way you're looking. But yeah, y'all get on in here so we can have this conversation. Oh, I'm finna push this button and turn this motherfucker off. Yeah, that's how we doing it. I'm finna push this button and turn this. Where's this glare coming from? What is this glare? I don't know. What is this? It's a real it's a real motherfucking phone. It's a goddamn iPhone 1540. Why is you the only motherfucker in here? Where's my people? When was the last time you got clothes out the dirty clothes basket? Oh, you don't know me. You just repeating what I'm talking about. You must have came in here one day I was getting clothes out the dirty clothes basket. But where's the people? Let the people get off in here so we can have this conversation. And yeah, I got clothes out the dirty clothes basket before. I was one of them. But I don't do that these days. You hear me? I don't do that these days. I'll be damned if I dig in the dirty clothes basket when I got custom clothes. You hear me? I got custom clothes these days. So no, I won't be digging in the dirty clothes basket for my clothes. Trying to see if this glare. It is a glare. It is a glare. Let me see. I've been watching you for a time. How you think I know these stories? Well, you have a name like Jack, right? With a name like Jack, I don't want to take a compliment from you coming in here telling me I look good with a beard. That ain't what you do a man, Jack. James, tell that nigga Jack, you don't come in here telling no nigga he look good with a beard. You know? What you mean by it, nigga? I'm offended. Do y'all see a glare? Do y'all see a glare on your end? Is it a glare on your end? Because I see a glare on my end. Let me see. There is no glare. Oh, well, maybe I'm just tripping then. I complimented to boost your confidence, and you normally have it cut low, my G. Nah, nigga, don't call me no G, nigga. You talking about I look good with a beard. That's punkin'. That's big butt. That's walking around. What would I say? That's walking around with your mama pumps on, playing big butt games. That's like, nigga, you don't tell no nigga, hey, my nigga, you look good with a beard, my nigga. Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. Nigga, you want to fight? You know what I'm saying? You don't have no vicious story. Nigga, I got plenty vicious stories, nigga. I got plenty vicious stories. But I'm talking about the 504, you dig? I am talking about the 504 in this live. And R.I.P. the vicious. I might give you a vicious story. You goofy ain't 300. Now, don't take his comment out. Let the niggas talk. I want the niggas to say whatever they gonna say. I ain't been here in a while. I need a few insults. I need to fuss with a bitch or something. You dig? Let him say what he gonna say. What you was saying, Jack? Zay. What up, Zay? Jack, what you was saying, you said something about I was goofy and what? Let me see. I was goofy and what? I want to get off into that while we buying some time, Jack. I was goofy and what, nigga? Get them hairs out my nose. I don't like hairs off in my nose. I think a nigga look like a rat who got hairs hanging out his nose. I always pluck and pull them holes and cut them holes. Let me see. Memphis in the building. What's up with it? Been busy doing house repairs after this storm. I believe it, man. I believe it. It hit and missed a lot of people. But yeah, we're going to get off into what I was talking about. We got 14 people in here and 1 like. I need 100,000 likes. So y'all go ahead and hit the like button and give me 100,000 likes. But what I want to talk about after we get the likes up, I'm going to get off into it. Go on, get them likes up. Trill casting and lasting. What's up with it, Frankie? Oh, that ain't Frankie. That's somebody named Fresh Sushi. I just thought I seen Frankie. Mm-hmm. Keep that trill in their face. Keep that trill in their face. Yeah, nigga. Put the trill on a tumbler. Keep it in their face. But yeah, we finna get off into this content in a second. Let me get me some water. I ain't have to make all that noise, huh? What's up with it? I ain't have to make all that noise. Zay, you know how I do, man. Everything available. This is one of them tumblers, but you can get whatever color you want. You can get it decorated way better than this. I just did this because I'm making myself some gray gym clothes, and I'm matching my little old tumbler. So when I'm in the gym, I'm advertising like a bitch. I got the gray tumbler. I got the gray workout clothes. I need a nigga to walk up to me in the gym and be like, man, where you get that from? Then I advertise and say, TrillGear.biz. That's how I say it, huh? Like, TrillGear.biz. I don't say it's me. I say TrillGear.biz. And they put it in their phone and I walk off. Come on, man. Hey, man, but what I want to talk about tonight is this. Salute to the Hot Boys. We back on the Hot Boys. I seen After the Essence performance by Juvenile in Turk. Now, what I recognized was most of the clique disowned Turk. But somehow Juvenile stood on his own business and associated with Turk. Now, Juvenile and Turk was seen performing After the Essence at a smaller venue. And it was just them two on stage. Now, you would think after the whole clique went on and said, we're going to exclude Turk from this Hot Boy reunion, which again, I feel, man, that's a cold blow. That's a cold blow because it's one thing if somebody is unavailable in the sense of being incarcerated, or somebody is unavailable because they are deceased. But for the individual to still be alive, to be free from incarceration, and we can't reconcile, what's up, Kincaid? We can't reconcile and have a meeting of our minds as men to say, hey man, let's do some business. Everybody need to eat. Let's do some business. We're going to have this reunion at the Essence Festival, and I don't want to exclude you. You did some things that I dislike and I don't approve of, but I don't want to exclude you. That didn't happen. That did not take place. What took place was the big bosses, Birdman, most likely Birdman, he said, nah, we ain't having Roddy over there, I don't care. And then BG say, he know what he did last summer, so I agree. So Birdman and Stunner agreeing that they don't want him on the ticket was enough for everybody else to stand down. Now, I think now that I see that Juvie went associated with him after the fact, I think it's a possibility that Juvie was fighting for my nigga to be included. What y'all think about that? Do y'all think that I'm tripping? Or do y'all think behind closed doors that Juvenile actually said, hey, bro, see, man, I know homie did what he did, but he is Turk. He is one of the hot boys. Man, I think y'all ought to let bygones be bygones and let the brother go and join us. Who agree that that may have happened? Do anybody agree that that may have happened? Have Turk up in there? Yeah, I believe that. Let me see. Bring all back or it ain't right. Okay, Mike. I feel that, Mike. I feel that. So I'm thinking when the chopping block got swung and the sword got swung And if they was having a group meeting, I'm thinking that Juvenile probably said, nah, my nigga, come on, let my nigga go ahead and get his shine on. I would think that Wayne wouldn't be present because if y'all notice, you know what I'm saying, Wayne kind of did his thing separate. And Baby made some comments, you know what I'm saying? But to see that Juvie went on and at the end associated with Turk and performed with him, that gave me a lot of respect, and I salute Juvie for that. Now, what them boys had going on, I went on and did a little bit more research to realize like why BG was mad at him and is mad at him, and why I feel like Birdman mad at him. Uh Now BG, I almost had forgot. It was some allegations almost that, you know what I mean, that was a defamation on BG name. Now, Turk kind of agreed that, you know what I'm saying, it was a possibility that those allegations was correct on BG name. Now, I didn't see exactly where he said this what it is, you know what I'm saying? My nigga is a rat. I didn't see that. But there's somewhere where the lines is crossed where it appears like uh Turk may have mentioned that BG did some ratting. Now, if y'all seen that, let me know. Because I'm thinking when he said, you know what you did last summer, I thought it was the disgruntled shit that he had talked about when he was talking about Birdman. But I think that Birdman has his own issue with him, and then BG has his own personal issue with him. And having those two issues was enough for them to go ahead and just exclude him from such a huge event. Um, I saw him after the event do some speaking on it, and he really seemed on a positive level and on a mature level. Juvie actually said it on stage when they was performing that they ain't with the negativity and they ain't with the drama. It's more about the unity and the brotherhood, you know. Uh, with that coat. Oh, nah, I don't drink every day. You dig? I don't drink every day. I might drink once to twice a month. You hear me? I might drink once to twice a month. I ain't no nigga that sit around and drink every day. I need my brain cells and I need my health. But yeah, so salute to Juvie for going ahead and saying, you know, fuck all the drama and the negativity. It's about this brotherhood. This dude was with us regardless if he was the side dish or he was the main ingredients. He may not have the hit records like we have, and reason being that he got locked up. Would Turk have made some hit records on his own and had some big projects? Let me know in the chat what y'all think. Would Turk, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't take that hiatus, if he didn't get locked up, do you think he would have had, you know what I'm saying, some hit records like the rest of the hot boys got, or like some major releases? I believe that it was in his cards and it was in his future, because Manny Fresh was producing hits for all those boys. So at some point, maybe if Turk wouldn't have got locked up, for sure he would have had some shit. Let me see. Like you have said before, Heezy, they like Voltron all together. Yeah. So I feel that if he wouldn't have took that hiatus, he would have stumbled on, you know what I'm saying, some stardom outside of the Hot Boys as a whole, just like each individual did. Let me see. Turk was always the weak link. Uh, but let me ask you this. If we together, right, because it's always a weak link. It's always some weak links. But if we together and we have strong brothers, shouldn't they kind of like cover that weak link if we together? You know, we know each other differences. We know each other's strengths and we know each other weaknesses. But if we brothers, we don't expose our brother's weakness. We cover it up. You dig? By this whole conglomerate until he can get uh his shine on. Make him better. Iron sharpens iron. You dig? And I believe he had the ability. I think he may have was indulging in drugs. He was distracted and he wasn't as focused as the rest of them on polishing up his craft. Because when it came down to it, Juvenile was a monster creating music. BG was a fucking monster. He had what he say 13, 14 albums. Come on now. The nigga went did 12 years in prison and already had 13 or 14 albums out. Them boys was working. So, like I say, I commend Juvenile for going ahead and extending himself and uniting with his brother on stage. Uh, I wished all them boys at some point can get it together. Still gotta hold your own. I do believe that. I do believe that. What's up, Earl? I'm just popping my shit a little bit. I ain't been going live. I've been busy. I thought I put on my motherfucking blue velvet Tria shirt with my Tria hat and come chop it up with y'all. Yeah, you definitely still gotta hold your own. But in every clique, there are some weak links. I'm not gonna say no name, but in our clique, uh, some of us was more writers than others. Some of us could produce songs more quickly and more abundantly than others. But we never exposed that. You know, if I could speak for myself right now, I'd say I was one of those people who could churn out hooks and verses in a short period of time. And amongst all the group, I always was the one writing and finishing first. It wasn't until I got around Pimpin' Bun that I seen niggas pen smoking, and I ain't joking. When I seen Pimp writing 7-minute verses, I say, now that's what I'm talking about. Let me see. Do Dennis just really like making you uncomfortable by asking you questions while you can't speak? We're not talking about Dennis the Menace. We're talking about some rap shit, nigga. South Central Los Angeles in the building. What it is, man. Stay safe out there. So yeah, sometimes you always gonna have, you know what I'm saying, some weak links in the clique. Rather it be if you're doing entertainment or if you're doing street shit, just whatever it is. When we was doing street shit, we knew we had weak niggas with us in certain instances. And we didn't put them niggas up to certain tasks. You know, I remember a partner of mine, he had a real big mouth. And his job was to get the shit started vocally. We didn't depend on him physically. We depended on him to incite some shit and evoke some shit because he was strong with the vocal, but he wasn't strong with the fisticuffs. but you would never know that because he talks so goddamn strong, and then all of a sudden, a whole conglomerate of fucking goblins and gremlins will get hold to your ass. So you would equate him as being, you know what I'm saying, just as hard as the niggas that was beating on you because he was the spokesperson. But yeah, so I salute Juvie for going politic and network with his brother and get some money with him. Hopefully them boys come together and bury the hatchet and get that shit together and start to jump out there all together as a conglomerate because there's so much money on the table for them all. And it's a very fortunate situation. That don't normally happen for most people. You dig? It don't normally happen for most people. Most people don't get a very successful conglomerate that can keep getting that paper for 30 years. You dig? Look at the UGK posse. We couldn't get that paper together for 2-3 years. And that's very unfortunate. You know, we had a hell of a chance to really make some shit pop. But without that unity, without that business structure and that understanding, you can't make a fucking thing happen. You know what I mean? So it's another thing I wanted to talk about. And it's about incentivizing. And it's what I believe I'm witnessing. And this is a very unfortunate situation also. If you could resonate with it, you can chime in on it. It seems to be these days that our culture and music has changed to where the dumb shit is rewarded and incentivized. Now, back in the day, you had all types of artists. I want to tell y'all about some of the artists that I came up being introduced to and heard about and used to listen to their music. You had artists such as a group called Kid and Play. A lot of y'all familiar with Kid and Play because they went on to do movies called House Party and whatnot. But Kid and Play had a positive message to have a good time, go to school, get you some education, and have a good time, dance and party. What the fuck? What my Bluetooth? Who fuck what? But yeah. So Kid and Play would be one of these people, one of these groups. We had other groups also that was very influential, and they believed in black power. They believed in equality. They believed of fighting inequality and fighting injustice. And this group was called Public Enemy. They didn't promote the degradation and the devastation of the black culture. They promoted more of a positive image of black culture. Strong, unified, fighting against the system. Public Enemy. There were other artists that rapped mostly about fast cars and women, jewelry, having style. And one of those artists that was influential to me would be LL Cool J. Now I know I'm going way back in the day, but the picture I'm trying to paint is this. It wasn't until we started to get a group by the name of NWA is when everybody started looking towards the gangster way. Now you had artists like Ice-T. You had artists like uh Schoolie D, you know. You had artists like KS1 who was talking about some street shit and some gangster shit. But it wasn't the uh how could I say? It wasn't the overwhelming um genre of rap that everybody paid attention to. People heard it, they saw it, but everybody wasn't running over there to participate with that. It kind of was just an element of rap. It was still about dancing, hip hop, music, having fun, partying, poetry, expressing yourself. You had the gangster element, but it wasn't just overshadowing everything else. You still listen to Kwame. Who was Kwame? Kwame was the little dude that wore the baggy clothes and he had the flat top and he had like a blonde tornado inside his flat top. And he danced and he rapped party music. You had Special Ed. I Got It Made. Ice Cube and Mac 10. Yeah, that's when we was getting to the gangster shit. We still over here with the friendly shit. And I'm going somewhere with this. You had Heavy D. The overweight lover was in the house. You had the Fat Boy. All these different styles of rap and hip hop. And one did not ever outshadow the other. It was almost like it was in the perfect balance. Everybody was cool. If you liked a little 2 Live Crew, you listen to a little 2 Live Crew. If you like them other boys that wore them tights, the 69 boys, you listen to a little bit of that. Or you listen to a little bit of Too Short. You had a beautiful variety. And everybody was making money and making waves. You had Red Man and Method Man. You had DOS Effects. You had EPMD. You had The Roots. You had all these beautiful hip hop groups that was putting out quality music. And it was a time to be alive. And during this time, it wasn't promoted Black Death. The culture wasn't about annihilating one of us. Ice Cube is a Muslim already. Yeah, 50 Cent came a bit later. 50 Cent came a bit later. Before there was a 50 Cent, you had a Digital Underground, where Tupac derived from. Queen Latifah, MC Light, Nas, The Firm. What y'all know about The Firm? The Ghetto Boys, you know? Cypress Hill. Everybody had a message. Everybody was partying, and he say MC Hammer. Now, that was one of the biggest artists in the United States on America with the droopy drawers, baggy pants, patent leather shoes. MC Hammer. They say Hammer was gangster, but Hammer made party records. So what I'm saying all these artists named for in this era is to say it was not incentivized that these artists rapped Black Death. It was not incentivized. It wasn't even welcomed. It wasn't welcomed. It wasn't respected. And nobody wanted to hear that shit. But something happened. Something happened. I'm not going to blame MWA. Did I say MWA? I'm not going to blame MWA, NWA. I'm not going to blame them single-handedly. But something happened when them niggas with attitudes started putting out records. It's like a whole dynamic changed. MC8, for sure. A whole dynamic changed when NWA started putting out records. K Reno from H-Town, yeah. Definitely a very lyrical surgeon when it comes to this rap, country rap tune, hip hop. He's a real MC. But something happened right around that time when NWA started putting out music. And you could look at these people and see that they wasn't what they was rapping about. If you found pictures of Dr. Dre in a previous group that he was in before he started doing NWA, the boy had a freaky little curl with lip gloss on. How you go from that to fuck the police? No, nigga, you playing. But it was such a influential group in time. It took us all by storm. We all wanted to wear black Levi's 501s with a Raiders shirt on and a Raiders hat. And then the movie Colors, that may have came before or during the same time, but when that movie came, everything changed. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like black culture and negativity in the culture became incentivized. Now, it wasn't all the way etched in stone. I think it was a flirtation going on. They was flirting with the idea. But then a very, very influential artist / actor emerged from the stovetop. He was a roadie with Digital Underground. He was looked at by Queen Latifah as a little brother. And he made songs in the earlier days about Brenda having a baby. And we were willing to go whatever direction that he was pointing us in. When he was positive, we were positive. But when he said, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker," all hell broke loose. When Biggie and Tupac collided, it turned two coasts against one another. Now, if you wasn't alive when this took place, you wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But it was an East Coast, West Coast rivalry. And niggas went to kicking each other ass left and right. The death toll, I don't know, because I'm freestyling right now. I haven't did any research. I'm just going off the top of my head from my memory bank. But I remember shit was popping. East Coast versus the West Coast. And it's all derived because two artists who once used to be friends could not get it together anymore. But it made the culture shift. Now, everybody like chaos. Unfortunately, controversy sells. Controversy sells, unfortunately. That's right. I'm not going to read that. That ain't got shit to do with shit. Diddy behind their fallout. Pac was actually from the East Coast. Exactly. R.I.P. to Eazy-E. I didn't mean to leave you out. R.I.P. to Eazy-E. I didn't mean to leave you out. But it was something about that rivalry that started incentivizing beef. Beef. Drama. Negativity. Tupac got shot. And he rapped about it. I took 5 shots. I collected them bullets and I smiled. It started making the youth run around with their shirts off and tatting thug life on their stomach. When Tupac got the cross tattoo, it was a epidemic all over the world of individuals of all various ages tattooing these same crosses on their bodies. Not only were they incentivized watching Tupac get all the ladies, have all the money, get bonded out of jail, they wanted to be like him. I too got a tattoo across my stomach because of Tupac. Boy, this dog looks scary than a bitch. I did not call you. Get your crazy ass on, bitch. That bitch got white eyes. But yeah. So I too got a tattoo across my stomach because of Tupac. I was influenced. I know multiple friends of mine got the cross. They got the cross somewhere. I don't know what that cross meant, but it was a funny looking cross. And they got that cross because of Tupac. So I say all that to say Tupac ushered in a different style of rap when him and Biggie fell out. Yeah, we had the smooth Snoop Dogg murder was the case that they gave me. Snoop Dogg influenced the hoods worldwide to drink gin and juice. Dr. Dre influenced everybody to smoke chronic. Now, I don't know what I prefer, gin and juice and chronic over Black Death. Hit 'em up, changed the trajectory of the United States on America. When Hit 'em Up came out, the whole world was in a frenzy. And he shifted the culture. All the young boys wanted to be like Tupac. Even the old boys. I'd never seen so many rapper impersonators the way I seen Elvis impersonators. Elvis was one of the only artists that I knew had impersonators until Tupac arrived. I remember being in LA on Hollywood Boulevard. And there was a little black ass nigga who called himself Tupac. But he was more like Popac. He was poor Pac. Only thing that resembled Tupac was he was a little short nigga. And he was kind of bony with a six-pack. And he had a bald head. But the nigga was dark and ugly and greasy. But he had all the Tupac mannerism that he could muster up. And he knew tourists was coming through Hollywood Boulevard by the hundreds. And he knew somebody would be a Pac fan. And when you would walk down Hollywood Boulevard, he'd stand there with his shirt halfway open. He'd wear his shirt around his neck, hanging on this side, so you could see his abdominals and his rips and his cuts. The nigga really was hungry, you know what I mean? Nigga couldn't fool me. Nigga, you don't work out, poor nigga, you hungry. But he would put on his best Tupac impersonation for a couple of dollars. It was kind of irritating, you know what I mean? Bitch ass nigga foaming from the mouth and everything. Get your fucking ass away from me, nigga. I know you ain't nowhere near Tupac caliber. But being from Texas, it was a breath of funky air to have this nigga out here standing in front of you talking about, let me spit a little bit of his version of Brenda Got a Baby. He stand up there. You know when Pac rap, Pac be, you know what I'm saying? Pac started niggas doing all this shit. Ain't nobody was rapping like this. Only motherfucker was rapping like this was the motherfucking Muppets. You dig? The only motherfuckers that was bouncing when they talk was the goddamn Muppets and the puppets. These niggas think Pac done some creative gangster ass, incredible shit. Nigga, Pac watched the goddamn Muppet show. And the motherfucking Muppets was, you know what I mean? When they talk, they was, you know what I'm saying? So he got his best Muppet show Pac on. He bouncing and rapping his motherfucking ass off. And I'm looking at this nigga, and I'm thinking to myself, how much he want for this performance? Because this ain't worth shit. And he asked me for a couple of dollars. And I thought to myself, well, $2 is cool. And I gave him $2. But I saw him bother other tourists, and he was insisting that they give him a bit more than $2. He really was extorting motherfuckers for this whack ass Tupac performance he had. But I say all that to say about Tupac was he was very influential. $2 Pac. Yeah, that was $2 Pac. Tupac. 2 packs of cigarette, funk ass nigga. Yeah, the niggas had a whole bum connection going on. The niggas had a whole bum connection going on Hollywood Boulevard. They would communicate by walkie-talkie by way of the payphone also. It was one nigga who looked like a old school Rasta. He just had a bunch of hair on his head. He's a funky nigga too. He was hanging out by the McDonald's around the corner from Hollywood Boulevard. And the Tupac nigga was hanging on Hollywood Boulevard, and he had access to a payphone. And he called the bum connection. He'd be like, I just talked to this big nigga who got on khaki. Nigga got on the khaki shirt and the khaki hat that say Trill, I think. He was generous. He gave me $2. Try him. He got more money. That's the type of calls he was making. And the way I peeped this out was, we was on Hollywood Boulevard for a duration of a few days. So we was able to see when they came out early, when they went out late, and how they all connected, and they would come together and have a bum break. They would come together for a bum break, smoke cigarettes and smoke some other shit and eat half of sandwiches that they got from somebody. And I happened to be talking to one of the older bums. And he told me, you see that one over there? And I'm like, yeah, I see him. He connected to him right here. This one, and he showed me the whole little congregation of the bum network. And so what I was thinking I was watching, I actually was watching, and he let me in on it, that's what I was looking at. And then he told me this one about to call the one looked like Tupac and tell him about the people that he shook down for some money at the McDonald's who about to bust a turn and go his way so he can get them too. I said, these niggas got a whole bum Chinese connection going on. So the old man, he asked me did I want to smoke some grass with him. And we had kind of become friends in a little 10, 15-minute conversation. And I say, why not? And he pulled out some grass. It really looked like ants. Nigga ain't had no weed. Nigga had some fucking crumbled up ants. And he sprinkled a little bit of that whole ass shit in there. And he pulled out, wasn't even a zigzag. He pulled out some shit looked like clear paper that had a little shine to it. And he twisted that little fucking thin ass joint up. Motherfucker looked like thread. Looked like the nigga roll a thread joint. And he licked that bitch with his bum tongue. When he licked that goddamn joint with his bum tongue, and I'm glad he put the flame on that hoe. He burnt it up a little bit, and it still looked translucent. And he hit that hoe. He smoking that bitch. Like that bitch was cracking and frying like he was smoking dip. And I knew he was about to pass that shit to me. And I'm thinking to myself, this has got to be the most unsanitary joint I ever smoked before in my life. I'm going to hit it. I ain't too classy, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And he fucked around and hit that bitch came. And when it came to me, I observed that bitch and it looked just as fucked up as I thought it did. It was translucent and the fucking ants was in that bitch still alive. I don't know what the fuck this was. It smelled like burnt plastic. Niggas, we smoking crack out here. I don't know, man. I'm in LA. Fuck it. I'ma have a little common courtesy with the bum. And I fucked around and grabbed that bitch between my fingers, made sure my lips ain't touched where his lips touch. And I put my lips on my fingers and I toked on that bitch a little bit. Boy, when I tell you it was one of the most rottenest highs I ever had, he definitely didn't have no chronic. That son of a bitch was rolling up vomit. That bitch nigga, hey, I got the fuck away from that nigga. That nigga passed that bitch by me. I say, no, my brother, you keep that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, what the fuck is you smoking? Nigga, hey, nigga, is you out here smoking crack? Nigga, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, he showed me the bump connection. But back to what I was trying to tell y'all is this. Tupac ushered in a different demeanor in this rap shit. It was gangster. Niggas is gangsters. Colors ushered in the whole gang banging shit all over the United States on America. All these country towns, nigga, we didn't have no motherfucking gangs. We didn't know what the fuck a gang meant. We had groups. We had boys misbehaving, having high school sports rivalries. We had more football rivalries, high school rivalries. We didn't even have no east side, west side, north side until way later. Now, we did sometime have, oh, that boy from here, he from there, them boys from town, them boys from in town, them boys from Beaumont, them boys from Port Arthur. We did have that. But it was a little kick your ass, you dig? Everybody can take a little kick your ass. But what we can't take is when kick your ass turn gangster. When there becomes guns involved. When it becomes annihilations and assassinations of our black youth. You don't live to talk about that another day. But here it is, many years later. Pac wasn't gangster. Pac was a revolutionary. And he was influenced. He was an actor. He was a poet. He was a rapper. He was a dancer. A very influential young man, charismatic, who probably didn't even know the power that he possessed. Or maybe he did. Or maybe he was an industry plant to influence the culture. Who knows? But he did his job. And still to this day, these children are taking this shit to another level. They can't get the attention they want by being little Pootie from the neighborhood. That's just a name I'm making up. I don't know who Lil Pootie is. What the fuck is this? A wolf? A dog? My gun. What is this? But being Lil Pootie, who actually rap good, who don't mean nobody no harm, who's also an engineer and he's very talented. He also can draw. That ain't gonna get him nowhere. Lil Pootie ain't gonna be able to express his talent to the community and nobody give a fuck. Get your goddamn ass from over here. I don't know what you are. A wolf, a dog, some kind of beast. Get your ass from over here. I don't know what you are. Big chest motherfucker, get on. Look like you want to eat a dog. Bitch don't look like no dog. Bitch look like it want to eat a dog. Lil Pootie will not get no recognition for his talents. Even though he's compatible with any other artist out there in the industry. His community don't give a fuck. He won't get any radio play. And he won't get any deals or offers or No podcasts, interviews, no attention at all. He won't be able to build a fan base until he pulls some cliffhanging shit. Until he risks his life. And then he can get everybody's attention. Lil Pootie has become Tupac. But these days, the world is so desensitized, it won't last long. So Lil Pootie has to pull stunt after stunt. Lil Pootie has become Tupac on a daily basis. Lil Pootie in a direct line of fire to either take a life or to get his own life taken. A lot of us haven't even heard of all the Lil Pooties in the world. If you just do a YouTube search or a Google search about all the young rappers that have died in the past 10 years or even 5 years, it'll blow your motherfucking mind. All the influential young rappers who all went out the same way, it will blow your motherfucking mind. And these children are really children. The faces of these children you're really looking at kids. But they reached a breaking point. The world couldn't see them. Even though they was right there, hey, I'm Lil Pootie. Nobody could see them. But when Lil Pootie started pulling stunts, he was incentivized. He was incentivized. The culture is now rewarding our youth for self-destruction. The self-destruction of our youth in this culture is being rewarded. Why should they stop? Why should they do anything different? When you get off of this live, just get on YouTube and type young rappers dying before the age of 25 or before the world really knew who they were. So many of them. It's sad, man. It's not only sad, my nigga, but it's sick. It's sick. They all got this little empty look in their eyes. And they all got this murder music. It's jamming like a motherfucker. It's jamming like a motherfucker. But it's real ops in them conversations. It's real incidents that's taking place in them conversations. These niggas are really trying to be gangsters for real. But if they're incentivized, why would they stop? If they're incentivized, why would they stop? I don't know where we're going. I don't know where this world gonna go. But I don't like it. I don't like it. Machiavelli, Suge, I don't know. The floor is open for anybody who want to say whatever they want to say. I've said all I wanted to say. I have nothing more to say. God bless America. God bless y'all. But we're living in some very strange, sad times, folks. Very strange. Music labels put the death insurance in rappers' contracts. Scary business. They incentivizing the shit. Who you voting for? Who is there to vote for? Vote for what? What are we voting on? What are you talking about? Trump or Biden? Trump. I'm voting for Trump. Boy, I don't do no goddamn voting. I don't know neither one of them niggas. Niggas ain't gonna do nothing for me. I'm voting for my goddamn self. Crack or meth? Crack. Fuck it, nigga. Crack. Fuck you talking about? I'm voting for Joe Bible. Fentanyl or heroin? Neither. Yeah, get you a hat. Buy you one of these hats at TriaGear.biz. Also get one of these velvet motherfucking Tria shirts. Don't let me be the only one. She say, what is that, velour? I say, no, bitch, it's velvet. The Pimp C have a policy. Goddamn, boy, you all in niggas' business. He had one of the biggest funerals ever. Yeah, he had a policy. And one of the biggest funerals you ever seen. But y'all niggas be asking, boy, niggas on YouTube be asking some crazy shit. Don't come back from the Finney. I like Kennedy Jr., but he don't got a chance. Oh, I ain't know Kennedy Jr. was in there. I gotta go check that out. Maybe I could start saying I'm a vote. Man, I ain't voting for none of them white boys. Fuck wrong with you? Niggas ain't gonna do a goddamn thing for us. Get your poor ass back, nigga. Don't you see when they be out of town shaking ladies' hand or shaking niggas' hand, they avoid certain black women? Black women with they dumb ass standing there. So, oh, president, such and such. Nigga, get back, bitch. Get back, bitch. Hey, man, fuck them hoe ass niggas. Hey, Now this the shit I seen fucking my head up today. Now y'all tell me what's going on. Yesterday, on two different occasions, I saw niggas that was trucking. The first one I seen, he had on high heel clog heels. And he had on a sundress. Trucking like a motherfucker. Wide back nigga. I say, now there's some crazy shit here. This nigga out here trucking like a grown ass man should. And this nigga got on clogs and a sundress, earrings, makeup, and jewelry. I say, okay, whatever. And then I see another nigga. This nigga out here trucking like a motherfucker. And this nigga got on a pink skirt. Skirt with a Western damn button down long sleeve shirt and some snakeskin boots. Trucking like a motherfucker. I don't know what the world coming to, folks. You better stay close to your God. That's all I could tell you. You better stay close to your God, whoever your God is. Because this world is getting weirder and wickeder by the moment. In my observation, I just couldn't believe it. Now, I've seen that before, but two in one day, fully dressed out, that ought to be against the FMCAS whatever rules. You are not to be out here in high heel shoes and a sundress while you trucking on my roads. You are not to be out here in the pink skirt and snakeskin boots trucking on my roads as a grown ass man. Damn it, boy. Come on, man. Say, man, I'm gone. I'm gonna get me something to eat. Shit, nigga. I ain't gonna eat nothing but no goddamn cereal. You know what I mean, nigga? I'm one of them top niggas. I can't eat heavy. I want something to eat. Eat cereal. Until next time, my nigga. Why is it there is so many men wanting to be women? I don't know. I don't know, man. This world is getting wickeder. Bottom line. Being a man is hard. Shit, nigga. Can you imagine driving truck in high heels? Them niggas making it hard on themselves. This nigga, man, I wish I showed you a picture. I ain't gonna lie. I took a picture. This nigga had on a whole motherfucking sundress with some clog high heels on. Trucking like a motherfucker. Nigga jacking up the trailer and shit, dropping trailers. Then gonna walk with them damn man, get your bitch ass on, man. That shit was weird. I don't know, man. God bless America. You know what I mean? That's my time, folks. Fool with me if you cool with me. Eventually, you'll figure out what to do with me.